everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Manor Lords Season 3. We are in our 4th episode now, and last time we did quite a bit of development here in Zvio. A few things have happened off cam. I've added 4 new burgage plots here and we're demolishing these joint ones here. So our wild berries, our harvesters there who work in the forager's hut, are now going to live in these 4 here. I'm not going to expand them yet. I've been taking a little bit of advice from comments that were on the episode 1 video, so quite a while back now. And that's what I'm going to be putting into place. You can see also over here we've taken on another few burgage plots here, and they all have animal pens in that we are going to put pigs into so we get a bit more meat. Meat is probably what I'm going to go for. We might start moving away from the likes of the eggs because on advice they're not actually the best, but I'm going to give pigs a go over here simply because we have like a lot of meat based kind of expansion and stuff, and some of the development points that we focused on go heavily into the meat trade. And I want to see, now I could be wrong about this, but I do want to see if things like this, there we go, advanced skinning, hunters, butchers and the animal pen, we get extra meat from each of those, so that's going to be useful. And then when we get them upgraded to burgage level 3, it'll be even more useful. Currently we've got one level 1 family remaining in burgage. I'm not sure where that is. We will find them. Let's have a quick look. We'll tab. That was another thing that I missed out on. It looks like it's over there at the cobbler. No, it's not at the cobblers. That's level 2. Right, okay. I'm not seeing any level 1s. Now, it could be that one of these has been built. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't see any level 1 burgage anymore. Okay, where could that be then? Because it's not anywhere where I can see, so we're not too sure on that. My next kind of target then is to build my manor. Now, at the moment, the manor is going to cost me quite a bit, so that's what I'm going to be working on very soon. The manor I have in mind is to make use of this entire space here and have it fill that whole area. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And to do that, we're going to need a lot of wood and a lot of planks. So over in our saw pit, we are going to go to our advanced tab here. We're going to put our production limit all the way up to around about 200. So I can get 200 planks. And then whatever's left, I'll just sell. And to get the timber up and running, we're going to need to build a few more temporary logging camps. And we're going to just build these all the way along here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. They can have, what, 28... 56, that'll get us up to over 100. I will put another one in just for safety, and then when they're built, we can get harvesting as much timber as possible. We're going to try and cut down as many trees as we can, so this entire area is going to be removed, and then we can have a quick look at what fertility we've got, because I can see some Emma fertility in there, which might allow us to get some farming up and running and maybe harvest some wheat to get some bread. Flax is not good here, barley also not good here, and rye is pretty good, but given the development points that we're going to need to get to rye cultivation, it would require orchardry and then rye cultivation itself. But in terms of getting food variation, rather than going down the path of eggs and stuff, we'll try and go with meat. We'll probably pick up orchardry now that I've got these advanced mining in. So my next one is going to be taking on advanced skinning and then orchardry. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that leaves us with 1 left to potentially pick up trade logistics for reduced costs in there. But I'll probably go with basic armor making, given the fact that we've got that big iron pit there. So that is probably going to be the best one. So we can produce true helmets through here, which will give us a little bit more armor and allow our units to get as much stuff as possible. And we'll probably end up selling the armor that we create maybe, or outfitting our units here and then maybe exchanging helmets for something like gambesons or whatever we end up making further down the line in another settlement. Last series we focused quite heavily on expanding one settlement, but now that the game has changed a little bit since the last patch, that isn't exactly going to be possible. But one thing I do need to do is find enough money to be able to afford this manor or expanding into a new area, because at the end of last episode we grabbed 2 new areas to move into, which is great. And the first one I want to go into is Eichenhau because of the fish that's there. So we are going to hire our friends, the Ravenous Vultures, again. They will arrive in Immenreuth, which is exactly where I want them to arrive. And once they turn up, we've got 3 bandit camps over here in Immenreuth to take down. So let's play, and here come our mercenaries. They're going to head on over to this first bandit camp where we'll probably meet a little bit of resistance. Here they come. They're coming out now. And we're probably going to end up having a big fight in the forest here. And that's okay. In fact, we'll just push straight onto them. Here we go. Try and drag them out over here. So we'll push over here. No, they're going in. They're going in. Let's just slow things down a second. We'll try and get in here, but we can't see a damn thing. There we go. I imagine this is going to be a very quick victory for us. So they are going down pretty quickly. 16, 15 left. I am playing on an increased resolution, so some of the stuff you're definitely not going to be able to see. Right, we've got some raiders spotted on the map somewhere. Can't see exactly where, but they may well be. Ah, there they are. Quite a few of them. Right. Where are they going now? They're heading for our settlement, unfortunately. Right, let's very quickly rally our spear militia. Where are our spear militia? They don't appear to be here. There's no spears at all. Ah, wait, hang on. It's because I'm not in Zvaya, which is where they were delivered. That's why. Here we go. Spear militia. And then we will have them rally over here. Just to get them on the map, and then hopefully these guys will come back for the stuff later on. But now we want to try and just drag these bandits over here. I think they're going to start charging now towards our militia. Yeah, they are. Right, so the Wayward Sons, the Ravenous Vultures, sorry, are now going to try... No, they're coming straight from our town. Oh dear, this isn't good. Right, our spear militia are going to have to try and come over here. Before this lot, we've brought more bandits as well. There we go. Right, they're coming for us now. Let's start running away, backpedaling. And then the Ravenous Vultures will hopefully be able to put up a bit of a fight. We've brought a few more bandits over here with us as well. Ooh, this could be tense, actually. So our militia are now there, the spear. And they're going to just focus on a defensive line right there. And then we've still got bandits giving chase there. So here we go. Right, let's slow things down. We'll have the first set of the Ravenous Vultures get ready. Let's just have this lot get focused up. And then these guys are just going to come over here. And we will invite those bandits onto us. Right, okay, here we go. Now, these guys are going to be the main group that kind of charge in. So we're going to keep an eye on their progress. And as you can see, we are now about to start the fight. And then these guys will kind of just run around the side here. We are preparing, though. Those bandits are going to come in. They've all kind of gone onto that group there. So we're just going to have our spear militia come around here. And you can see that other group of bandits is coming in. So our spear militia will just move forward. Move through here, I guess. And then we'll have them set up facing this way, getting ready to charge in. Now over here, these bandits shouldn't take too long to bring down. And then these guys are kind of getting whittled away. We are losing a few of those Ravenous Vultures. But as long as we can bring this lot down, we'll be okay. Looking like the first group is about to be wiped out very slowly. Now, Ravenous Vultures, I think they're holding strong, actually. Yeah, they are. So this group here now is going to have to just make a charge over here. They're going to retreat first. Come around here and then charge in. How are these guys doing? They're doing okay. And then over here, they're going to go very quickly. Definitely. Only a few left. My spear folk are doing alright as well. Yeah, this should be the end of them. We've got 3 days left before we have to pay them, though. That isn't good. Right, there we go. We've taken them down. And them as well. And them as well. Right, okay. So the Ravenous Vultures cost 110, which means we need to make quick movements to get to that first camp that we had taken down there. So let's move. 2 days left for payment. 1 day left for payment. We've lost an animal somewhere as well. We must have run out of space somewhere. They haven't actually attacked us, have they? No, they haven't. Right, okay. I don't know where we've lost that animal. I don't know which animal it was or why they were lost, but they are now not here. That's okay, though. Right, let's take this bandit camp down. There we go. Right, this is going to go into my treasury. And then we will have them just move on to the next bandit camp over here. In fact, my spear militia can now actually just go home, so we'll do that. These guys to take down that bandit camp. There we go. That goes to my treasury. And then another one over here. We'll have them just run over to this bandit camp that's in this area. Off we go. And then we can disband the Ravenous Vultures. We've actually got enough influence to claim the final bit of land that's on there. And that will give us a nice bit of parity with the enemy lord, actually. I think we should have 4 regions each by then. There we go. Right, this belongs to my treasury now. And these guys, we no longer need your services. Thank you for helping us out. Right, great. So, 452 wealth, which is enough to get a brand new town centre set up. Now, I'm not going to do that yet, but we do need to be very careful that there are now 300 days until the royal tax is collected, which could put us under a little bit of strain. So, over in Zvajau, how are we looking? Right, we've got these burgage plots now filled, and as you can see, they should, hopefully, very quickly move in, and then they'll get access. So it's a forager living there, a forager living there, nobody in there, and nobody in there. But this burgage plot hasn't yet been demolished, so that's why. Right, we'll demolish that now, get them to move over into there. Our logging camps, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, have not yet been constructed, so that should be our next priority. Once our spearmen are back, in fact, it might be best for me to just get my new town centre up and running very soon, because, yeah, I think we're going to do that. We don't want that annual, the royal tax to cause a bit of an issue for us. So we'll get a settlers camp, and we're going to place it around about here. Just snap to the edge of that road. We just want to go with a modest town. There we go. And that gives us a little bit of a settlement. And now Immenreuth we're going to claim with the influence that we currently have, which is great. When that is done, as you can see here, we already have people moving in. So the first step, as always, is our logging camp. Now I'm going to put my logging camp around about here. We'll just put it on the kind of main road. We will demolish this later on, but I do need to get things set up, the initial kind of start point of this settlement in place. So we're going to get our storehouse and our granary in. And then our first kind of food gathering here is going to be the fisherman's hut, which we're going to put right up here, kind of in range there. We'll put it, let's put it at the like apex there, right on the edge. Is it going to go there? It's going to go there. That's good. Yeah, we'll have it go there. And then I kind of want to create like a nice little area that loops around this pond like that. And then maybe we could put some burgage plots in there as well. So my first kind of burgage for this space is going to go around here. Like that. And then come down to here. Now, I don't have enough goods for that, but well, that's 5. Once I get some timber, at least I know that that's a possibility and we can start getting food in. We've got the granary there, and then I'll run a road coming down through this little tree line. Now, I do also want to be careful because my usual thing here with Iconau is to run a nice straight road here, and that is kind of where my marketplace goes. That's what I did last time, and that seemed to work for quite some time. We had a lovely little market going along the King's Road there, and then I can bring a road coming down here, and I'd quite like that to loop off from here as well, actually. So we'll have that kind of curve out. Maybe it starts here and then just curves up through this tree line. Match up with the fisherman's hut. There we go. And then this road will continue on down and along to where the clay pit is, which is a rich clay pit, which is great. That will do us nicely. And then again, this will curve up to here and settle there. So we've got like a really nice little area there, and then we'll have it curve around here just to match up there. And then if I need to, I can put some more burgage plots in here, or we can make that into something else. There's quite a bit of farmland here. The fertility here is really good. So we've got emmer, we've got flax, barley, rye, lots of stuff. Underground water, we're going to need to get a well put in place, and I think probably right there is going to be the best place for it. But again, we need to wait until we have some wood coming in. And the last thing, of course, is to have a look at where this hitching post is. And it's actually in a pretty good place, but I am just going to move it over here. So it's kind of on the corner there, or we can put it in here. What about there? Will that work? Gonna go on there. Nah, we'll put it just on the corner here. That's going in quite nicely. It is a little bit of a pointless move to bring it just to that area, but I'm quite happy with that. That will do. Right, we're going to have one person working in the storehouse, and then we're going to make sure that they move all of those supplies into there, and the same with the granary. We're going to have them move into there. Igenau is, of course, running out of food, but once the fisherman's hut is up and running, we'll be able to bring in some fish, and people will have access to the food that they need. Now, it looks like supplies, it's only bread that we're running out of. Oh, we need one person working in there. We've claimed Immenreuth. Hopefully now someone is going to start working in the granary there. They're going to take that bread, put it into storage, and that's good. Family requires more market area, so we're going to build a very small market now. Although, do we actually need it right now? I don't think we do. Royal tax has increased. Okay. Got new mercenary companies available, and we now have the fisherman's hut up and running, so we can put that in. And then we'll drop one from the granary, we'll drop one from the storehouse because we no longer need that, one into the logging camp, and then we will start removing the wood from this space here to give us access to a little bit more stuff. Great, okay, so that is up and running. We have 5 families there. We are going to need to provide some housing for them, but until we get some timber, we can't do anything about that. Over in Zvayau, our logging camps are almost constructed. We've got one ready to go, so we're going to just make a brand new area here. Big space there of trees to chop down. This spear militia will be disbanded, and then over here we'll add another 2 into this one. Their work area is going to be this large space here, and then our original logging camp, which is there, is going to have this large space here as well, just to remove as many trees as possible from this area, which is where pretty much our new market is going to take place. I'm seeing over here that we've got quite a bit of a demand for food and fuel. I think we are going to need to have a look at what we do in terms of our market here. We do have a small market there, but again, the fuel not looking good, clothing not looking good, and food variety also not looking good as we get further away from the market. So I could put in a smaller marketplace here, but again, I'm not sure how viable that's going to be. So again, we just need to try and get this sorted. We need another person working in there. We have, what, logging camp, that's stocked up. That one doesn't have a network yet. So we will, once again, we're going to move somewhere else for this one. Probably around about here, and just remove as much of that tree line as possible. And I think our last one should be nearly done. But if we have a look here, we've got 23 timber and 60 planks, which is good. And we can start having a look. Once this logging camp is finished, actually, we will put that area in where the trees are, where I actually want to have my manor. So what I want to do is I just want to erase the shrubbery in this area, just so that there's nothing going to be in the way. And then they just need to focus on taking down the trees that are there, and that will be really useful. Good. Right. Back over to here, that's nearly done. Then in here we now have still got 5 homeless people, but as you can see, we now have 4 units of timber, which means we're going to be able to build our first set of houses here. So let's go along here to there, up to there, and then coming back along here. We don't have enough goods for that, but we are just going to decrease the size here. So we get 2 houses. That's not going to be enough. We'll see if we can go a little bit further along, and then up to the line there. That looks a bit better. And we get 1 without a backyard there. I would like to keep the backyard extension, so we'll try and just make this match up a little bit better. There we go. And then down here we get... That's it. That's going to be 6 living spaces. Great. So that gets us started off there. They can all work in the fisherman's hut. We've got 3 spaces there. And then we can maybe put like something else around here. We don't have foraging here. We've got a hunting cabin there that we can put in. But fishing, I think, is going to be a good way to go. So the fisherman's hut works very much the same as some of the other food gathering stuff. You just set a limit on how many fish you have in each pond. You want to kind of keep that going. And then if we have a look here, we can double the maximum capacity of all fish in the region. And workers are able to cut holes in the ice of a fishing pond and use baited hooks to catch fish beneath the frozen surface, which allows for all year round fishing. So that's going to be something that I go for. Go with advanced pond keeping, obviously charcoal burning and deep mining, because we've got a clay deposit there that we can make use of. And I think that will do. So currently Immenreuth has no food left. And unless we get some fish coming in, which we definitely have fish there, but it doesn't seem to be getting moved around. That's because I'm in Immenreuth and it's giving me... I should be in Eichenau. Right, hang on, let's try this again. There we go, Eichenau. Right, much better. We do have plenty of fish. And 1 unit of bread left. The houses have now been built, so people will be moving into them. I'm just going to expand the living space of 2 of these, and then that gives us a little bit more. In fact, we will expand another one, because once the homelessness issue is sorted, that will improve our approval rating, and we should be able to get some population moving in. If we can push forward, get our settlement level upgraded. We do need to have 5 burgage plots at level 1 or higher. We currently only have 3 burgage plots in total, so that's something that we're going to look to expand into. Over here, it looks like, yes, our final logging camp is done. I'm going to take 1 person out of another one, so I have 1 floating person. There we go, that's done. And then we will go here. We will make them get rid of trees over in that space. And currently we've got 60 timber and 200 planks, which is brilliant. Our forester, we are going to have them lay out new forest in this space here, just to take them away from planting in this area, because I would like to use this for something else. You can already tell, as I've mentioned before, we have some field space there that we can put in some emmer. And that might be something good to go for, just so that we can churn out a little bit of bread. But you can see vegetables, berries, meat, eggs are actually starting to improve as well. And I think these little burgage plots, we will go with vegetables. Yeah, I think vegetables is going to be good. That's going to keep them topped up, because then what we can do is we can change when we get orchardry, which requires level 3 burgage plots. We'll change this one into a large orchard. But yeah, the eggs is looking okay, actually. We're starting to get quite a few of those coming in. And it seems like people do have quite a bit of food. Like over here, we've got some ready for upgrade to level 2. So people are having their needs fulfilled. And I guess that area where I'd gotten to over by the forager's hut is the kind of limitation of where my citizens can comfortably get to and from the market. Like looking over here, we have some, but they're not running out of stuff. So that is looking really good. How is our tavern looking? Now, I'm seeing some stocks being damaged at the brewery. So that's quite interesting. We got ale. We got a nice stock of 50 ale. We have malt. Could be that the malt's been damaged because it's just been left outside. We have 50 ale in the brewery, so that's good. What about the malt house? That has plenty of storage. So that's fine. We don't have any crops, but we do have barley harvest coming in soon. 75 timber we're on. Like I said, I want to get up to over 100. I'd like to have around about 115 or something, because I've mapped out this manor and it's going to be quite large. So as you can see, the storehouse is getting filled. We've got people getting fed in here. So I think that's pretty good going for now. We've expanded the burgage plots here. We can expand that last one there now. And yeah, okay, so they need access to water. So we should now have enough wood. Yeah, we got plenty of timber there. We are going to put in a well down here. And then we will add in, or look to add in, our church at a later date. But we might as well get a saw pit. Where's our logging camp? Our logging camp was there. But I'd like to put my saw pit kind of somewhere on the outskirts now. So you can put the saw pit down there, and then we'll move the logging camp, relocating that to this back road here. In fact, let's just do a little bit of an off-road just to straighten it all up. I'll have it come along here, actually, so it goes around the back of the coal mine. We'll forget about that production for now. We will move the logging camp into this forestry area, and then we will build our saw pit next to it. And I'll also build a forester's hut there as well. So we have kind of this little timber area here. And then the charcoal kiln, obviously we don't have, but we will have that soon enough. We can put that around the back of it. So we have this little bit of a wood production space right in this area. And what I will also do is I will build my second hitching post right there. Then when we get some planks in, we can upgrade our hitching posts to stables and then maybe move some things around. So we've got plenty of supplies there of wood to get this all done. We've got food. We need fuel, actually. So let's get a woodcutter's lodge, and we'll put the woodcutter's lodge opposite the forestry here. Once that's built, we'll be able to start getting some firewood because we are in October and we only have 11 units of firewood remaining. So we are going to need to sort some of that out as well. But we're looking pretty good. I do have plenty of people available for work, and we're going to leave it that way for now. We'll put another one into the fisherman's hut. Looking at our fish, we've got plenty to go there. Zvayau, how are we looking? 108 units of timber, so it's looking like we might be ready now. What have we got here? They still have plenty of storage. They've still got plenty, so we're going to keep going. We're going to let that timber increase a little bit more, probably going towards the 120, 130 mark, I think will be enough. And then by the end of this episode, we will have our second settlement on like a basic setup. We should now have the logging camp up and running. There we go, that's done. And then a saw pit, so we can now build our church. And my church is kind of going to be in and around this space here. I'd like it to be right on that main street. So let's have a look at where it might possibly go. I reckon just here is going to be a good place for it. Right next to that hitching post maybe. Or we could put it there, so that we've got like a little bit of a corner there with nothing really going on in it. But I'd quite like it somewhere central. This is where I normally put my tavern. And yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we put it there. Or we could put it here. I think we're going to go here. This is going to be where we have it. Now, we've got 10, 15 planks left to get. Timber's looking okay. Over in Zvayau, 119 units of timber. So I think it's probably time, coming into November now, to get that done. 119 units of timber. What work area is empty? The forager hut. So we will pause work on the forager hut now. The reason I do that rather than taking people away from it is if we go to the burgage plot that is owned by people, some of them have become woodcutters now. Woodcutter. Unassigned. So normally they would be foragers. They'd be assigned as a forager. If I just turn it back on and then we look again, you see they go back to being a forager. So rather than just removing them from the work pool, you just pause the production on that building over the period of time that it needs to be paused for, and they will go off and do other general dog's body stuff throughout the settlement, which is actually really useful. We're at 129 timber now, and I know it's raining, I know it's grim weather, but I think it might be time to plan and build our manor. So looking over here now, we do need to just pause a second. The woodcutter's lodge is complete, so I am going to set someone to work in there, and we will take people away from the logging camp. We don't need anyone in there right now. And the fisherman's hut, we'll drop one person away from that. Over in the saw pit, I think we are good for planks. Yep, so we can take someone away from that. Normally, of course, like I said, I would just pause production. But because my citizens and their populace is quite low at the moment, I would rather just leave it as it is, taking them out of jobs so that they can focus on other things. The church is now under construction. I think that is going to be a good place for it. The tavern we could put right next to it, of course. But I will likely put in the trading post right next to it, actually. So let's have a look. We can actually put that in. So we put that in, and then we'll just pause the construction on it. And then we can add in the tavern on the other side of it. Maybe coming in here, right on the corner, or here. Yeah, tavern could go there. So we'll plan that and pause the construction of it. The wooden church will be built. Then we've got the trading post and the tavern on either side of it. And then I think we are going to move the storehouse. So can we just move them? No, we can't. Right, that is a shame. But later on, we'll probably move the storehouse and the granary over there. So the granary could go here and the storehouse could go there. The storehouse there, maybe. I can do the storehouse now, and then the granary will hopefully fit in right next to it. It doesn't. It's just shy of that, I think. It could go in there, couldn't it? Surely could. I think it will. I think we can make that work, even if we end up just adjusting that road a little bit. So this storehouse we can demolish. That's gone. We'll get everything moved into the new one. And then I don't think we'll have enough stone left from demolishing the granary to be able to do it. Right, let's plan out, before we finish, our manor. Whoa, this is exciting. It's about time this happened. The first thing I want to do is build a road, and that road is going to come out here and go along there and come up here and finish off there. Then we build our manor. Now, I did have problems with my manors last time, and I want to make sure that I don't have them again. So we're going to get some garrison tower. We're going to put the garrison tower right here. There. Then we're going to put the tax office in on the road across from the garrison tower. There. Then we can look at our outer towers. So our outer towers are going to go just on the corners here, like that. We'll put another one here. And then we can curve the wall around. Then I'm going to put a little one in the midpoint here. And then we can put one probably on the corner there. Like that. And then that will allow us to put another one just there. We'll keep coming around here. Add one there. Another one on the corner. And as we continue going around, you will see the costs are starting to ramp up. And our final one is going to go there. So at the moment, we're at 119 timber, 200 planks we've got in stock. And that is when we do the walls and the gates. And this is where things could get difficult. So I like to run my walls and gates through any towers that I've got, rather than have them sit in front of it. I just think it gives it a bit of a better aesthetic, really. But this doesn't look like it's taken. So we're going to just have it come a little bit further in there, and that works much better. Last time I had a load of issues when I built my manor because I wanted to expand it and then found that whenever I did, it seemed to bug out a little bit and glitch. So I want to try and get it right this time, which is why I've waited a little bit longer to build my first manor. And it just means I'm going to be able to play around a little bit more and get it all done correctly. I mean, as near as correct as I possibly can get it. That one is now finished, so we need to add a new wall on here. I've also did notice while I was building this and playing around that the walls do have a finite amount of space that you can use. So we're just going to line that all up now, and that should finish it off. So it's a little bit mazy and a little bit strange, but we can now build that, committing to building it. And here we go. We've got this really nice looking manor that is going to start getting built. And then what it means is I can demolish these logging camps. That'll refund the cost. Now that the work has been committed, we can get these people back in the work pool. And then once again, I will readjust my manor, my workforce. And then over here, next episode, we can really start pushing Iconhow, which currently has a bit of a fuel issue. I don't think it's going to take us long to sort that out, though, because we now have woodcutters working round the clock, and we can make it through the winter. I've also got enough to pay my treasury, which is great, and it just means that we'll have to start taxing Iconhow, Erzvayau, once we get the manor built, which is great. Perfect timing. All right, guys, this manor is now going to build very slowly over time, and I'm sure when we come back next episode, you will see something pretty amazing. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.